Welcome everyone to another episode of the GegaHub live show. Um, the show where we talk about things that matter to us but may not matter to you. I am host one of three, Luis Torre.
I am host 2 of 3, DaiKaiju Tony.
That's right. We're a comic book that started off strong and petered out by the end.
Anything written by
Hey, first in our hearts. First in our hearts. You're welcome. All right. So, today we're going to talk about a film that Tony and I love very much. that Adam had seen for the very first time. And that is Dark Dungeons. We decided to review this movie after doing a review of the D&D trailer.
Yes,
movie trailer.
And this is arguably the greatest adaptation of Dungeons and Dragons into live action ever.
It is, yeah. The dangers. Oh my God. You know what? It's funny because I rewatched. I think we talked about. Did we talk about Mazes and Monsters? I rewatched Mazes and Monsters, and you can see a lot of the Mazes and Monster influence in this movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have never personally known anyone who played the game, and by weeks into playing the game, they're just catatonic. No, not catatonic. They're just mentally damaged. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an episode of Law and Order when they cover violent video games. It's just, oh God.
Is that all our futures?
Uh,
I think one of the best. You're due, dude. You're due. I think one of the best like spoof satires of D&D was on Reno 911. They got a call where a guy shot his buddy with a crossbow because they were having an argument about the fact that he could dodge a crossbow. Yeah. Yeah, what was his name? The comedian. Oh gosh.
I haven't heard about that show in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so Dark Dungeons is a cautionary tale about what truthfully happens when you play RPGs, and I choose to accept my fate.
Yes. And let's talk about the cinematography. It is a masterclass in filmmaking. All the camera angles, the shot, the lighting, the composition, the way like the dice dramatically falls.
Yeah. It's pretty well shot. Yeah. It looks really good for being a short film, basically.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So the writer had won $1,000 in 2013 playing the lottery, and decided that they wanted to make this film, and then had a successful Kickstarter to get the film finished. So, just real quick, some of people might probably already know this, but for those of you that do not, this Dark Dungeons is based on a chick track, which you've probably seen in like phone wells in casinos or in bathrooms or something. They're basically little comic books about yay big. With some sort of really grim cautionary tale about not being religious or believing in a Judeo-Christian Christ.
And sometimes you find it in comic stores, even though it doesn't belong there.
They do not. But there was one at the height of the Satanic Panic that came out called Dark Dungeons, which is what this movie is based on. The movie is obviously a little more nuanced. There's a lot more in the movie that there is in the chick track, but it basically captures the spirit of the track. So,
oh man, especially the last few moments, it's like a shot-for-shot adaptation of the actual comic, and like, yes, that is how you adapt a comic book. So good.
Jeff Kiss, one of the best comic book adaptations I've ever seen. Accurate. Yeah. Yeah. I think that the part is like I know I'm making a spoof, but I also got to make it like this is somebody's worst nightmare. Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
low budget film.
yeah, yeah. I know
Yeah, and like
a
it's
lot. You said like a lot of the actors that are in like Dead Gentleman stuff are pretty abound in this movie.
oh my god,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. But the main one, she's in Journey Quest. Yeah, she's the elf in Journey Quest.
Zoe Kravitz,
Zoe Kravitz.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh
Oh, and Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway. Yeah. They do look eerily alike. Yeah.
wow, I can't believe we just ignored Halle Berry's calendar. Okay, okay,
Oh.
okay. Thank you for acknowledging her.
Uh, all right, let's do a quick synopsis of the movie before we get any more into it. So basically, the movie is about two female friends who were friends since high school. They go to college together, brand new in college, kind of religious, pretty religious actually. And
Yes.
they start falling into the wrong crowd, RPGers. Yeah,
Oh my.
yeah, they do apparently.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then they fall into the dangerous and tumultuous world of RPGs. Oh my
Oh
god. So fast.
yes. The music that just plays. Oh my. Oh my god. The dramatic tension that happens.
But are they wrong? I don't know if you know this, but I played once and I've been playing ever since. So it's not inaccurate. It's not inaccurate. Like, oh man, they're losing time, they're losing grades. It's just it's a whole thing. So
Oh man.
one of my
Oh.
one of my favorite scenes is at the beginning of the movie where they're in orientation and they're talking to what looks like a an athlete. He's got a Letterman's jacket on, so I think he's like a football player or basketball player or something.
Mm-hmm.
They do that whole they do the whole shot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The slow walk of the popular kids, and they're like, "Who's that?" And the guy goes, "The RPGers. They're the coolest
Oh.
people in school." In what world? In what world? Oh my god! Listen. I have never walked that confidently thinking about how I like playing D&D. Never happened. Never happened. Yeah, yeah. I went to the wrong ass college because I could have been super popular apparently. Anyway, so they go to an RPG party, which like D&D game is an alcohol fueled party that ends in role play and then
I wish it
sometimes in
was
a
that
LARP.
awesome.
Eh, eh. My, my, mind you, mind you, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's not like just a couple of people at this party. It's a rager. It's a rager where the main event was playing D&D. And mind you, this is years before Critical Role, so they're originators. Yeah,
Oh man.
2000, yeah, something like yeah, so I
Oh.
think it's 2012. Oh boy, yeah.
Oh geez.
Oh, oh, you mean Dungeon Mommy?
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
Dungeon. I love
It's
Dungeon
Baroness from
Mommy.
G.I. Joe.
That dude, that Tony, that's exactly the first thing I thought was like, oh my god, it's the Baroness.
Baroness, yes.
These are my
The
these are my
best,
dreams come
one
true.
of the best characters in G.I. Joe. Those
Yeah, I agree. Um, she. Okay, so yeah, so the girls fall into RPGs, slowly start getting hooked. So this movie is positing that this is yeah, this they play like 2, 3 sessions and they're in it. They're in it.
Yeah, they're hooked
Um,
onto it.
yeah,
They're addicted to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they must be playing AD&D. So so yeah, they get hooked after a couple times, and then as it turns out, this movie is positing that this is a world where D&D is indeed satanic, and that you indeed do get magic from playing D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
So here's like
Beautiful.
here comes the crescendo of this whole movie. The main gal has magic. She's trying to get her friend up to that level where she can also get magic. Unfortunately, the session she was supposed to get magic, her character dies. Her RPG
Yeah.
character. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh my god.
so the friend was the sacrifice, and she was the one who got the
And
magic.
then she wants
To
into her.
yeah. So her RPG character dies. They tell her she's exiled. Like any D&D game, when your character dies, you're kicked out of the group. You know, but again, yeah, her character dies. Yeah, yeah, um, so her character dies. She can no longer stand to live anymore because her
Oh my
character's dead.
god. Just walks
So,
in
so she she so she hangs herself. She she's straight up dead zone now.
Yes.
She hangs herself in her dorm room.
Yes. Oh my god. It just comes
Yeah.
out of nowhere. I'm like,
Oh, and there is mention of steam tunnels. She does go into the steam tunnels. And does fight monsters, yeah. Yeah. Mm.
yes.
Yes. So she
Go.
goes into the tunnels to try to find a way to bring her friend back, and she did not find it, so she decides to turn over a new leaf and go back
Yes.
to the loving arms of Jesus.
Yeah. She goes to a pastor.
Mm. Yes, they were very close to summoning Cthulhu. Yeah.
Oh my god. That ending.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Uh, yeah.
Yes.
Uh, everyone gets a freebie. You're talking about New Testament Jesus. You know, some people prefer Old Testament Jesus. He doesn't forgive or forget.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm just saying. He smited people for less. Old Testament Jesus. But yeah, so in quitting her and leaving her magic behind, she finds
Yeah.
Jesus and saves the world. Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah.
can we talk about the pastor who like freaking the whole big ass speech scene? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my, it's so zealous. It's so
and
zealous.
then,
It's
and then it
terrible.
gets to the burning scene. I'm like, Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they burned a bunch of like Harry Potter books and like Lord of the Rings books and stuff in there. She
Yeah,
threw her.
yeah,
She,
and the
go ahead.
like the speech scene with the pastor, like it's like line for line with what happens in the comics. Like, oh, we must like ban books by J.R.R. Tolkien as well, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
like line for line.
I think he said. I think he also said C.S. Lewis, but like all of C.S. Lewis's stories were like very biblical. Yeah. So yeah. And so she ends up burning her player's manual and or her yeah, her player's manual, and then the movie ends, and her friend's still dead, but she did save us from Cthulhu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what? I dropped my phone and I'm trying to fix. Come
Oh, now
on.
you're worse. Now it's worse, Tony. There it
There.
is.
Yeah, because the computer's not working, so I have to improvise and be phone. Oh, thank you. Thank you for just correcting my webcam. Well, then again, my
So,
webcam did mess up. So.
unless you're not already aware, this movie is complete satire. Nothing about this movie should be taken seriously at all.
Oh
So
my
that's
god.
why the opening, yeah. So that's why the opening scene where the cultists, I guess, are talking about how they're turning the world evil, like people are choosing to be homosexual, people are doing more marijuana
If
or
this
whatever.
was,
Like,
I mean, if this was
yes,
made in the 80s or 90s, then yeah, I would have believed that this was like a legit attempt at like getting people away from D&D.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
it's funny because the Satanic Panic did lead to TSR having record sales when they were around. So we should be thanking the Satanic Panic.
Hey, hey, in the words of Mario, you go to hell before you die.
Oh, yeah. Remember, kids, if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. You've never seen that commercial with Captain Lou Albano? Oh, yeah. He tells kids if they do drugs, they're going to die. They're going to go to hell before they die, which I don't understand what that means, but okay. Um, yeah, maybe.
But can
Uh,
we just talk about the ending? What happens to the evil, shady cult in this movie?
yeah, what?
How they just flat out die? Yeah.
They might, yeah, I think so. I don't really remember how much either.
It
We
just
saw it
comes
like
out
a
of
week or
nowhere.
two ago. Yeah. Uh, mm.
I'd recommend this even if you're not interested in playing D&D, just for the insanity of it.
Just for like a taste of what people thought was a real thing. This movie is like Reefer Madness. If Reefer Madness wasn't like trying to be an
Yeah.
actual like PSA, or it wasn't trying to be, you know,
Oh, we should review
yeah.
that movie.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
So you get that feel, and I think it really adds to the comedy in this movie. How it's very much a melodramatic way that they're sort of taking themselves so seriously. So it's pretty fun. I think
Mhm.
the acting in it was really good. I like a lot of the zombie Orpheus guys are really great, and
Yeah.
what the young lady from Journey Quest is really good as well. So I think they completely understood what they were doing. I think they
Yeah.
they're like, I know what this is. I know how to play this. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Because it's already the ridiculousness is just written in the story. So yeah, I enjoyed it very much. I bought it on DVD actually.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did you order movie?
It's available in 8 parts on YouTube for free.
Yeah,
You can
that's
watch
what
it.
I thought. Well, that's what I
It
first time ago.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, it's available in 8 parts on YouTube. It's available on I believe Tubi. I think it's on Tubi
Yeah,
as
I think
well.
it was a 2 movie. But like, it's a movie that yeah, it's one of those movies that belongs in the Criterion Collection.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe in 30 more years I could see that. Oh
out of
my
four,
gosh. Yeah,
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4. Okay. Uh I think this was perfectly done. I think for what it was trying to do, for the kind of satire it was trying to be, it did a damn good job. Everybody who was in it it's a short film. So like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and and it looks like a short film. I mean, there's no way around that, but I think that the content really makes it worth watching. And it doesn't even look bad. It looks like a short film. It looks like an
cinema.
independent short
It's
film. Yeah.
Martin Scorsese level cinema.
It is very, very well acted. It was very funny. So yeah, I will also give it a 4 out of 4.
Adam, what do you give?
Oh,
Yeah.
another top tier movie to add to the list of movies that we like.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I know, and it's again, it's crazy, but
Mhm.
the chick track is not as detailed, but I do recommend if you can read the chick track to see how ridiculous this was a real thing from the 80s or late 80s, early 90s. So, like I would take a look at it just to see how seriously they
Yeah,
took it
like
before.
if you find it in your bathroom or well, not your bathroom, if you find it in a public bathroom or if you find it in between a library book where it's not supposed to be there, yeah, check it out, read the whole thing. You might, be entertained by it.
I think well, yes, yes. So you can buy chick tracks. You can buy them in bulk. So you can get a bunch of Dark Dungeon. At least the last time I checked, which was years ago, you can buy like a bulk of Dark Dungeons chick
Maybe I
track.
should.
Jack Chick, yeah, yeah. Jack Chick who wrote all of these, and as soon as they asked him if they could make it into a movie, he was like, yes. And apparently he knew what it was going to be, not obviously not very serious. And he was still like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
So it makes
gotta
you
respect
wonder, like,
that.
what's Jack Chick really doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, so my plan is to buy them in bulk, right? And go to just go to like any D&D live show. You know what I mean? Sometimes WizKids has like weekends where like a bunch of different people play, and just leave them in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Just leave them in phone wells and stuff like that. Yeah. Where is it?
That name. Never heard of that.
Uh,
And there's a show called Red Dwarf. What?
you haven't seen Red Dwarf, Tony? Tony, if you go on shoot, I don't remember what it is. I'll give you the app later so you can watch it because it's on a streaming app. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
but yeah. So yeah, so I mean, I recommend you read it if you can, just so you see how ridiculous it is. You can
Yep.
trust it. But yep, 4 out of 4 from everybody. It's a great movie. So let us. Did you guys watch it or not? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you get every video as it becomes available. And like or dislike us. It helps the algorithm. So, pick whatever one you want. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anthony's channel and then the shirt are down below. So, We have a good night, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.